if I want to help people, I need to first help myself, because our body remembers.
What did you forget exactly to remember?
I'm really against any vocabulary that encourages ego inflation. My soul chose this path so that I can really embody and integrate the parts in me that are not yet healed.
Why do you choose to embody?
Two,
Embody. Because you could live life not embodying, right?
I really believe that we have a part in us that is whole. As souls, we are whole.
What does divinity mean to you?
That's a big topic. Wisdom starts when you start fearing God. For me, divinity is knowing that you are not God. People don't like the word fear, but I see it in a different way. There's a part of the divine in you, but you are not it. What does the divine need from you? And you can't think that you know it all. You don't know it all. A part cannot contain the whole, and it really makes you humble. And because you start feeling safe, things will come up. It's not about you. Awakening is not about you.
How are you awakened if you're only thinking about yourself?
Because again, I'm not there yet.
When you say there yet, where is that place? Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Decoded Journeys. For today's episode, this episode idea was kind of brewing behind the scenes for like a few months, and I'm so grateful that it's happening today. And the guest actually did come before, but again we decided to reshoot due to like many reasons. But welcome, Imad.
Thank you, Rashed. It's good to be here.
How are you?
I'm very well. Had a little bit of a busy day, but just being there in this room is just settling in again,
Yeah,
and it feels good. Yeah.
I'm glad. So, tell me, who's Imad?
Imad is who's Imad? Okay, so the thing is, I struggled. So everyone has their own journey, right? Their own pain points. Whether it's in the relationships, whether it's their health, whether it's their work, finances. My journey started, my wake-up call started when I struggled with my anxiety and with physical symptoms. And being a physiotherapist, because that's how I started my career, helping others, I was secretly struggling with that. It really made me question myself and my ability to help others. So I was like, that was the wake-up call for me to realize that if I want to help people, I need to first help myself. And that was the catalyst and the trigger for me to dig deeper into myself. And then I've met a lot of mentors on the way, and I've learned how to regulate my nervous system, my emotions, and realize that this is the root cause. Because I've tried many things like eating healthy, diet, workouts, movement. They all helped, but the missing link was, for me, is the nervous system regulation and emotional regulation. So when I finally did that and released and integrated all the stress patterns and my nervous system, I was able to finally start to heal. Yeah, because our body remembers how to heal. It knows how to heal. We have this innate intelligence, and it's just waiting for us for the right space, for the right field, for the right tools to be in to start remembering. And so once I was able to regulate my emotions and my nervous system, my symptoms got much better. And I started to gain more confidence in myself because it actually worked. And my chronic symptoms that I never thought would help or would heal actually healed. So it's also giving myself permission that I'm able to heal myself. Yeah. Once that happened, I gained back confidence and I started to be more confident in helping others. And this is what I'm doing now. Just from someone who secretly struggled with chronic pain and anxiety to someone who feels much healthier and much lighter than when I was younger. And now I'm guiding people and helping people to heal themselves as well, whether it's like mentally, emotionally, and physically, just in a holistic way, aligning all of that so that they can feel better. Yeah. So that's basically my journey.
And how do you keep yourself regulated?
I don't have a specific routine, because I get bored easily. So I like to change routines, and it really depends on whenever I wake up, this is where I focus on myself. I regulate myself in the morning. That's the most important thing for me. And I choose many tools that I have. And like I just give myself like 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day. And it has to be sustainable. Otherwise, you can start, but then you will stop. It doesn't become a habit, especially if you're starting off. So what I do is I see where I'm maybe holding tension, or what do I need today? What do I feel like doing today? Maybe I don't feel like doing some breathing. Maybe I feel like just meditating, or maybe I just feel like need to stretch a little bit, some movements. Yeah, so every day I just choose the practice that I feel like I need and give myself some time for that and regulate myself so that I can start my day in a calm, present way. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean by keeping it sustainable? Do you mean keeping it consistent?
Yeah, sustainable means like you can't also do 1 hour, 2 hours of routine in the morning just to regulate yourself. It has to be sustainable, like 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, like 30 minutes a day. Like you decide what looks sustainable to you,
Yeah.
right? So it depends on each person. If you're looking for a sustainable routine or habit that you can do every day to regulate yourself, then it's long lasting.
Yeah.
So I would say sustainable, and I would say there has to be some novelty,
Like a balance.
like change. It
Yeah,
has
yeah,
to be
yeah.
different every day. I mean,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you get bored doing the same thing.
yeah.
I've tried to do like the same thing every day. It's not me, and I know myself, like I'm a free person. So I don't like to be confined, as you said, in a certain
Box.
box. I don't like to be limited. So I like to just intuitively know, okay, what do I need today? And then based on that, give my body and mind exactly what it needs. But definitely I always begin with the body. Yeah. Because otherwise I don't do mindset shifting. I do bodies, everything that has to do with the body, regulating the nervous system and emotions. And then I will naturally feel my mood is elevated naturally, because I believe that the mind follows the body. Yeah. So start with the body, the mind follows, and I begin my day like that.
Have you tried mindset shifting?
I've tried, but when you have tension in your body, when you have suppressed emotions, I don't know how much it works.
Yeah, I know
Because
what you mean.
you know what I mean? My mind is racing and I'm trying to think about grateful things and stuff like that. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, because your body is holding tension and you really want to let it out, right? You need to feel lighter in your body, I believe, so that it becomes easier for you to elevate your mood and elevate your state and change your mindset.
Yeah.
It's easier, because otherwise, if there's tension and suppressed emotions in your body and your internal terrain is not, I would say, or is lighter, it's easier for you then to shift your mindset.
Yeah.
So then it happens naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally, it happens.
I want to talk about something you mentioned just now.
Yeah.
You talked about, like, now your mission is guiding people to heal themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like how you worded that. You said guiding them to heal themselves. You didn't say, I heal them in the sessions.
Yeah.
Why did you choose that exact wording?
Because I'm really against any vocabulary or any sentences that encourages people to, or encourages ego inflation, right? It's also part of my journey where my ego was inflated, and as I started to begin to see the change in people, you start to have an inflated view of yourself. So you start to say, I heal people, yeah, I'm the one who heals people. But then I realized that no, you're just facilitating, and you're giving them the right field for that, the right space for that. But they are healing themselves, because as I see also with clients that come to me, the ones who are willing the most, and the ones who are aware, they're the ones who shifts faster and or the most. So they are healing themselves, and I'm just facilitating the right field and space for them. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? But in order to do that, I have to be also feeling safe with myself. Right? I also have to do the work in order to provide and facilitate that space.
Yeah.
But they're doing the healing because we are reminding them of their body's intelligence. Right?
Yeah.
The nervous system, it's built in us. Our nervous system knows how to heal. Right?
Yeah.
And just when you help them and when you guide them towards back into their body, and you help them regulate, that it's gonna happen by its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how you said you used the word remember, because in
Yeah.
reality we're not learning anything new. We're just peeling layers to go back to who we are, like naturally.
Yeah, I mean, even they want to bring performance to healing and achievements. Yeah, that's not the case. It's not a show. It's not a performance. It's not an achievement. It's coming back to yourself. It's remembering. It's not about adding anything.
Yeah.
It's about removing the obstacles that are blocking the way, blocking your path to wholeness and into healing. So just removing your protectors, removing the conditionings, the programming, and once you do that, you're gonna come back to yourself, and then you'll say, my body always knew that it can heal. I wasn't giving myself permission for that. And I really feel that people get that in my sessions. They get the feeling of, they started to believe that they can heal themselves. I give them that, because I've heard some people's feedback. I give them that permission. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How did you, like you said, like when you started doing guiding people, the feedback would kind of validate your ego at the beginning?
Oh yeah.
And how did you realize that?
I realized that's a good question. I actually realized that because when you do something in order to gain validation or attention, right? But then you realize that it's not something, as a therapist, it's not a quality, or it's not something that you want to embody and you want to grow inside yourself. So I would say just the realization that I was seeking validation and I was feeding my ego through certain behaviors, just waiting, right? I was giving and waiting for something, like expectations. I think expectations. That's how I knew.
Yeah.
Because I was always expecting. I think now that I reflect, that's the expectations and the need for approval, the need for validation. I was like, why am I waiting for that? And then I realized that treating others is complementing my own journey. because I learn a lot and I heal as well when I treat others. So my soul chose this path, but at least I would like to give it that meaning so that I can really embody and integrate the parts in me that are not yet healed.
Yeah, I feel like people don't usually realize, like people like on the receiving end, they don't realize that the facilitators also go on the exact same journey they're going.
Yeah.
And it's not a coincidence that they're coming to us for that specific thing, that even after the session we may realize we're also dealing with the same thing, or just having that session almost like shed light on something in our lives, because at the end of the day they are mirrors, like we're all mirrors, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like reflecting each other, reflecting everything to each other almost. Yeah. Why do you choose to embody? Embody, because you could live life not embodying, right?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I mean, I see that most people are stuck in the awareness. Yeah, so the awareness is the first step, right? Most people are stuck there. Embodiment is you're taking on the next step. You're embodying something that you know. You're starting to live it, not just talk about it or conceptualize about it. So that's why also I like what I do, because it's all about somatics, right? It's all about the body, and this is where integration and embodiment happens, right? Because this is where all the trapped emotions and stress patterns are stuck. So once you're able to do that, action follows. So I really believe that awareness comes first, embodiment second, and then action.
Yeah.
I would say also aligned action.
What do you mean by aligned action?
So you embody what you know, the insights or the new insights that you're getting, but then you have to take aligned action, which means actions that are in alignment with your new, I would say, self or your true self. Because you can take any actions, but if it's not aligned with who you are, who you truly are, then you're not going to see any change, right? So what's the point of doing all of this work if it doesn't show up in your actions, in your behaviors?
Yeah.
Right? For example, new habits or new business or relationships, whatever.
Yeah, it's like you can't expect a different result if you keep doing the same exact thing.
Yes.
Yeah. You keep mentioning the word remember, and I know exactly what you mean. But for the people that don't know what you mean, what did you forget exactly to remember? I mean, what are you remembering?
So you're remembering yourself without your protectors, coping mechanisms, the conditionings, the programming that you've modeled as well, and you've learned from family, culture, society, right? Who are you without all of these? And I'm still not in that journey. I'm not there yet. But I can start to see what's on the other side. And this is when you can really start to touch the part in you that is whole. I really believe that we have a part in us that is whole. We, as souls, we are whole. But the reason why we forgot is because of all of that input and all of that, I would say,
experience, like here.
Yeah, the experience of like how we grew up or this reality and the things that we've been conditioned to believe, and the false beliefs as well. The false beliefs about ourselves.
Yeah.
Who are we without these false beliefs? Who are we without these conditionings? Who are we without the programming? And yeah, and that's beautiful. It's by itself, it makes my life worth living. This journey makes my life worth living. Like discovering yourself.
Yeah.
Of course, without getting stuck, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get stuck in this, what's my next trauma? What's my next shadow? What's my next pattern? But no, like really finding also the balance between, okay, enjoying the journey. How can I enjoy the journey? And without getting stuck.
Yeah. Speaking of remembering, I have a question. You asked me this question outside, but now I want to ask you this question.
Yeah.
What does divinity mean to you?
Divinity? That's a big topic. I can just speak from my own experience.
Yeah, from your experience.
Yeah. Divinity is, there's a verse in the Bible, it's called, wisdom starts when you start fearing God. For me, divinity is knowing that you are not God. There is something divine outside of you. And people don't like the word fear, but I see it in a different way. When you submit to whatever you want to call it, higher power, God, it's so relieving because it goes back to what we discussed before about an inflated view of yourself. And that's not good, because when you're in that state, you are just doing things for you. You're not thinking about the other person.
Yeah.
You're giving with expectations. You're not being truly authentic. You're not being genuine. There's a part of the divine in you, yeah, but you are not it. For me, it was relieving. It took me some time to realize that, from someone who didn't believe in religion and rebelled against all this spirituality and stuff, into someone who believed that false narratives, right? Because in the oneness space and the spirituality, you have these narratives. People wonder why they are depressed. People wonder why they're anxious, because they think they have an inflated view, and then they think they're above their responsibilities, their duties, above others. I've confessed, completely submitted to the divine, and my life really shifted that moment. I started to begin to surrender. So submitting to the divine and understand why you're here. What does the divine need from you? Right? So that's relieving, because you can't know, and you can't think that you know it all. You don't know it all. When you engage and you ask questions and you seek, right, through the divine, then you will find the answers. So, and also you feel supported.
Yeah.
You feel supported. And then you allow yourself to be guided. Because otherwise, if you have a self-centered view of yourself, you're going to think that I know it all, I'll do it all. And then you say, okay, why do I feel isolated? Why do I feel, this is what I felt. I felt isolated. I felt anxious. I felt, sad. I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
It wasn't fulfilling, and there was something wrong. But I'm glad that it took me some time to realize that.
Yeah. I was also at the space where I was like, I know it all. And I realize now looking back, even though the words are I know it all, which feels expansive and big and all of that, it's actually one of the biggest limiting beliefs you can have. Because then khalas, you know it all. Then why are you here? Why are you living? Why are you experiencing? You know it all. And you asked me outside, what divinity is to me? And to answer your question, I feel like it is what you said, but also it is realizing that, like for me, I like talking about this because even though I know I am created by God and I have a spark of God within me, my spark is different than your spark, even though it's from the same place. And having these conversations not only makes me know who you are, but makes me know who the divine is through you.
Yeah.
That makes sense? Because I'm getting to know on another side or another spark of the divine through you.
Yeah, I mean, it's also written that God created us in his image.
Yeah.
So of course, but it has became, people took this and then they throw it at themselves.
Yeah, they make it all about themselves.
They made it all about themselves, and it's not. I mean, I don't have a specific definition for the divine, but I can tell you how I see that the relationship with the divine should be. It's a relationship, right? You have a relationship with the divine. So a part cannot contain the whole. That's what I believe in. And it really makes you humble.
Yeah.
How do you know if someone is well integrated? You see their ego, they're humble, they have humility. When their ego is integrated, well integrated, you see humility. And humility is what connects you with others.
Yeah.
Humility is what can make you vulnerable or gives you permission to be seen. So humility is what allows you to serve others without expectations and see people the same, right? And get out of this separation view of the world and start to see like, okay, who am I to say I should give to this person, or I should give to that person, or I should serve that person or not serve that person based on their ethnicity or race. So the humility also allows you to remember and come back, return to the divine. Always being in control is just gonna keep me anxious. It kept me anxious.
Yeah.
Most of my life.
When I asked you what the divine means, I meant to you, like because I know it's not something that you can even put into words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's impossible to. It's beyond words as well. Like really trying to explain the divine, it's just beyond words.
Yeah.
And sometimes the best explanation is just silence.
Exactly.
Honestly, in silence, because in silence, this is where you can connect, and this is where you can build a relationship. When you have a better relationship with the divine, your morality and your ethics, your compassion just grows. It just grows.
Yeah.
And expands so much. So yeah, I mean, I really find it difficult to find a word for that or define it in few sentences.
I feel like you don't have to, because the people that know what you're talking about will feel it.
Will resonate, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. And even the people that maybe don't, you're still planting seeds within them.
When the right time comes, they will understand. Maybe the people that also they know it and they know what's heading as well. Because again, I'm not there yet. I'm just on the journey, on the path, and it's worth it.
When you say there yet, where is that place?
There's no place, honestly. Honestly, there's no place. It's never gonna end. It's not like you're gonna reach a destination. No. It's the never-ending journey that makes it beautiful, because it's never ending. So you think you healed, then life is gonna bring you something else. It's gonna put you in a situation where you're gonna realize there's part in me that's still not in it all. And then it's gonna put you with people, around people, and these people will mirror some parts in you that you still didn't integrate yet. That's why they call it self-discovery, because you're always discovering something.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can never know it all.
Yeah.
And be it all. So
I don't think we even should know it all.
yeah. And again, I mean, it wasn't easy. In my journey, it wasn't easy. Like when I regulated my emotions and my stress patterns, my nervous system, you start feeling safe. And because you start feeling safe, things will come up. And you start facing deeper truth about yourself. You start to face your shadows, old patterns that you start to become aware of and admit that you have. I mean, it wasn't easy, but it becomes much more flowing.
Yeah.
Then you look back and you're like, wow, that was totally worth it. Let me continue. You start enjoying it.
Yeah.
I think I'm in that space, like enjoying the ups and downs without getting stuck somewhere, and with less resistance. That's where I am now.
Yeah. I liked when you said when you feel safe, a lot comes up because you feel safe.
Yeah.
And I really relate to that because on the journey of self-discovery, or I don't know like what to even call it, but people want to get to that destination that doesn't exist, which is the light, right? They want to get to ascension or enlightenment without realizing that, like, when you put a light, like a literal light over you, what can you see under? Shadows. They don't realize that when the light is on you, it means everything now is visible. And that's something I did not even, I mean, people can tell me, but it's different when you actually experience it and when you feel it. A lot came up, and it starts making you see even the light differently. Not in a bad way, but just how the light brings up all of the shit
Exactly.
and everything that doesn't even belong in that space anymore.
Yeah.
But also it made me realize that I shouldn't let go of these parts of me. It should be integrated, because letting go brings us back to where?
Yeah.
Separation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And once you integrate these parts, when you said, it's beautiful, by the way, when you said, when light is shed upon you, and then you see the shadow, and when you integrate, when you realize you're both the light and the shadow, and when you integrate the shadow, you realize that you start having more compassion towards others. Whatever triggers us in others is our shadow that is asking for our attention. And so bringing that into integration and into embodying that, then you will start to become more forgiving, more accepting, and you start to really have more empathy and compassion towards others.
I agree.
And you can learn how to deal with them.
You can hold people, even like as someone who holds sessions, you're able to hold people more.
Exactly.
Like, you're able to see people's shadows, but also because you see their shadows, you see their light. But also, like, labeling it as shadow, light and shadow could sometimes have that. But they're two different things, but they're all one. And people fear the shadow a lot. How did you not fear it?
So let me ask you, what triggers you in others? Or something in your family or in your friends, is something that you just can't accept or triggers you, moves you inside?
It's when people think, I'm thinking of a specific person because like this happened last week. When people think they know better for me.
So look into that.
Yeah.
Like, see, okay, why am I being triggered in this situation? And what does this part need? And what does it want me to know? Right? And just sit with that part and notice it maybe in your body. Just sitting with that part and giving it some time. Intentionally sitting with that. You have to sit with it intentionally, right?
Yeah.
Consciously, and give it your presence and see what happens. See what comes up. Maybe a memory comes up. Maybe a realization comes up. Maybe a feeling comes up. And then you say, aha, like now I admit that to myself. Like, for example, salesy people used to trigger me. Sometimes still, yes, a little bit. But then I realized, okay, why am I being triggered by this? And then I realized, I have some beliefs around money, and then I have beliefs around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, maybe that was my shadow. Like, I mean, that was my shadow. And then once you integrate that, salesy people don't trigger you anymore.
Have you seen your shadow physically? Like when you, like, have you seen?
No.
No.
I mean, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you, how are you, like, were you scared or were you not scared? Because I was scared at the beginning.
Yeah. When you saw your shadow?
Yeah.
Oh,
I physically saw it and my body closed off.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not anymore though.
I'm more, I don't know, like some people, I feel like they're more visual. Some people are more into their senses.
Yeah.
I'm more into my senses.
And
I
what
can
did you
feel
feel?
it.
What did you feel?
It's not something pleasant,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, especially in the beginning because it's foreign and you don't want to admit, and It's not familiar. But then you enjoy it. Again, I'm saying like this is where I am. Because now it's familiar. Because we've been conditioned to fear our shadow. Right? Maybe there's a part in us that's greedy. Maybe there's a part in us that's I don't know, like selfish. You know? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's as long as it's not too much or it's not inflated. Once you integrate it, then you can accept that part, and then you can just hold it, and then you can whatever is associated with it and whatever triggers you in that topic doesn't anymore.
Yeah. And also I feel like when I'm in silence, for example, in meditation, I get the most craziest thoughts. Like I can hear where my ego comes in. I can hear where like my angry aspect comes in.
Yeah.
But also I feel like it's not just because some people may watch this and be like, maybe we're bypassing them. But I feel like thoughts are like, it comes from like this collective consciousness of thoughts. And it's like a bank of thoughts, you know, not everything is ours. And it's okay to look at the thought and just let it pass by. And that's when you choose what you will take action on and materialize. And what will just pass without any effect on reality, you know? That's where like embodiment comes into.
Yeah.
It's like choosing what to embody. Not everything that comes in mind we embody. Like if I get a thought like, oh, like throw this water at you, like I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's witnessing.
Yeah.
You become the witness of your thoughts, and you're not clinging, you're not attached, you're not judging.
Yeah.
And then you're able to discern. When you're able to discern is also like higher wisdom.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, and you're able to witness and discern. Okay, what is right for me? What is not right for me?
Yeah.
And not entertaining it.
Yeah, that's
always.
what I mean. Yeah.
And that's also when like emotions come up, you don't react based on what you feel immediately. Like whenever I get triggered, my capacity to respond is way higher than before. So when someone triggers me, like I get sometimes moved inside. I feel triggered inside, and it's like, but then I speak to you and you feel like I'm okay. But inside I'm boiling. You know what I mean? But that's witnessing. That's what I'm talking about. When you witness, you have more capacity. You're distant from what's happening inside, so that you can manage it in a healthy way. You can channel it in a healthy way, so it doesn't control you anymore.
What's the difference between having capacity to hold that and suppressing that anger? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good question. They say what you resist persists. So if you suppress, it gets stuck in the body, right? Having the capacity to hold the experience is you are able to resolve it or to express it, right? Either through expression, either through action, without overreacting, but also without suppressing. So when you have capacity, I think it helps you more process your emotions, because you have more capacity, without suppressing them and without avoiding them, I would say.
Yeah.
Is that your question?
Yeah. So not using the anger as fuel, but not also suppressing it. Right?
Yeah. So whatever comes up, if you're able to hold that with compassion and witness it with compassion, it's much easier to respond. And because sometimes you have to respond, not everything you just like, you know, try to control it and not do anything about it, because sometimes it gets suppressed. So knowing when to maybe express it or maybe respond with an action is just you're going to be able to process it, and that would really help.
Yeah. Going back to something you said in the beginning of the episode, I just remembered. You said the stages of embodiment.
Yeah.
So awareness, and
awareness,
then
embodiment, action. Aligned
action. Where do you think integration fits in these three
embodiment
steps? Embodiment is integration?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, because integration is bringing the parts together to form a whole. And where are these parts formed? It's in your nervous system, in your body. Embodiment.
Yeah.
You embody what you know. When your awareness or when a knowing becomes an embodiment, then you can have wisdom. Because you're living, you've embodied what you know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then action for me is even higher wisdom.
Mm.
Action through compassion, action through serving, self-sacrifice, voluntary self-sacrifice, um, serving, helping, building something, right?
Yeah.
That's for me even higher wisdom.
Yeah. It's so interesting. I ask that question because I've had this conversation with a few people, and most women told me integration and embodiment are not the same thing.
Okay, what did I tell you?
No, they told me they integrate and then they embody. But
Yeah.
I feel like a more masculine approach is the integration being the embodiment. Not meaning one is better,
Yeah,
but it's just an interesting thing because I never realized that there's a feminine, there could be a feminine approach to embodiment and integration and a masculine approach.
yeah. I think it's not just the feminine, because some people say, some even men say, like,
Yeah.
it's different because you integrate and then you embody. I would say it's impossible to integrate without embodying. How can you integrate something without embodying? I don't think I don't see like
Yeah.
why it wouldn't happen. Maybe there's a reason why it wouldn't happen, but I don't see the reason why it couldn't happen. Once you integrate, once your nervous system really understands through felt sensation, how does it feel to know what you're aware of, and to invite whatever you're aware of into sensations, into feelings. Why it wouldn't become an embodiment? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's also like it could be another point of view, which is like, I'm also happy to discuss that further with anyone who has an idea about it,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's one way.
Of
I mean,
course,
there are-
of course,
yeah.
of course. I'm really careful about when I speak, because it's either speaking from experience, my own experience, or empirical observation with my clients, what happened with my clients, or based on, scientific research, which is something I rely on the least, honestly, because you don't know who's funding it, who's investing it, investing in it. It's also very much more practical when you rely on your experiences rather than just waiting for science to tell you everything.
Yeah.
Or what's wrong is and what's right.
Yeah. Going back to the point where you were like giving without expectation,
Yeah.
without expecting a return, I feel like something I started to discover a new meaning to an awakened person. When I used to think about awakened person, I would think that, oh, they went to sound healing once, or they did like ceremony, like I would think of it in a very shallow way. But now the way I see an awakened person is when they do something to be in service.
Yeah.
Because how are you awakened if you're only thinking about yourself?
Yeah. It has to have a sense of purpose, and a sense of direction, a sense of community.
Community, exactly.
Then you know that this is like the real awakening.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not about how much you envision things or how much you know things. It's just how much can you leave an impact, and how much can you be of service, and how much you can let the other people see their own value, see their own potential, see their own capabilities, and see their own truth. So this is really about, it's not about you. Awakening is not about you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree. So we came to the end of the episode. How do you feel?
I mean, great. Just letting it flow.
Yeah.
Whatever came to mind. I mean, I always feel great whenever we're together
Yeah.
because we also build like kind of like a friendship
Yeah.
and felt casual, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, me
How
too.
did you feel?
Felt amazing. I liked seeing, like, I feel like we talked and connected last time and a few times, but today you told me like you went through a process and you came back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that. I'm happy you shared your experience and your
Yeah.
insights and your wisdom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see that in others, but you cannot explain it even, you know,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
feel a different presence
Mm.
in them. So
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Thank you for noticing that.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Decoded Journeys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell to get notified when I upload more videos. Thank you.